Hi, it's Sandy Wiley. If you don't know how to say this one word, you will be a slave to everyone you meet. It's a small, short, one word with two letters. And that word is no. Are you a people pleaser? Do you find it very hard to say no? Have you always grown up that way? Has it been hard to say no to your parents, to your friends, to your children, to your lovers, to your boss? Well, if you don't know how to use that one word and say that one word and mean that one word, you're in for heartache, burnout, and just a miserable life of stress. Now, it's not so easy, is it? Why? Because most of us are people pleasers. Most of us want to be liked. And people don't like that word. Do you like that word? Think about it. If you ask your boss for a raise and he says no, do you like that? If you're really busy and you ask your friend to babysit your child and she says no and you don't have anyone else, or what if you're sick and you need someone to take care of your pet, your dog, walk your dog while you're in the hospital? You see, no one likes that word no. I don't like that word no. I want what I want, and I want everyone to agree with what I want. But for our own mental health and our own physical health. Do you know how common burnout is? Do you know why most people burn out? It's not always because they can't prioritize the important things. It's because they're afraid to say that one little word, no. They've already got a full plate and they don't want to hurt someone. They don't want to hurt someone's feelings, or they don't, that word brings up so much. A lot of people feel guilty saying that word. How many of you feel guilty saying that word no? In a way, it makes us feel bad because we don't want to leave the person who's in the hospital stranded. Who's going to take care of the dog? Who's going to feed the dog? Who's going to walk the dog? Say they don't have any family close by, and like they really don't have anyone, and they're asking you, but you've already made plans or something. You see what I'm saying? It puts you in a funny, in a very uncomfortable place. It puts you in a very uncomfortable place. And we want to help people, right? Especially for people pleasers, and we go out of our way, like we overdo it to help people. But we don't want to leave someone high and dry, right? And we feel guilty saying that word, but we shouldn't, because I've known people who burn out because they could not say that word no to anyone. If anyone asked them for something, they'd find some way to do it, and then it turns into resentment, and they get exhausted, they burn out, and then they get sick, and then they also resent saying it. So if you say it and do something for someone and then resent doing that favor for your friend, that's not going to help your friendship. That's going to alienate your friendship. So even when we don't say no, right? I've had it. I've done it. I've said yes and ended up doing something I didn't want to do, and then ended up resenting my friend. When it was my own responsibility to stand up for myself and say, no, I'm really sorry. I can't do that. So we to say no, much more than we're doing. No to the boss, no to the friend, no to your child, no to your spouse, no, no, no. Because otherwise, we're gonna, we're not gonna be able to function, We're gonna burn out. We're gonna resent doing what we don't want to do. Even though we don't mean to resent it, we want to help people, and it's not just saying no, it's, not feeling guilty for saying no, saying no and feeling confident, a confident no, an emphatic no, a confident no, not feeling, this lighting is like crazy lighting, feeling confident in saying no and meaning it when you say it, and not feeling guilty. Do not allow yourself to feel guilty by saying no. It takes practice. It really takes practice to be able to, ask yourself, is doing what someone is asking you to do, is that going to affect you negatively? Are you too tired? Do you already have plans? Are you not putting yourself first? Do you have important plans and you're going to cancel them? Or are you so exhausted that you just really don't have the energy, to do what someone is asking of you? But you feel guilty? Don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty for saying no. Don't feel guilty for thinking of yourself, right? Because if you don't think of yourself, who's going to think of you, Who's going to help you, if you're burnt out? The light, the sun is just... So anyway, it's just something that has been ingrained in us since we were young, to always, to be people pleasers, to want people to like us. And, we think that if we say no enough times, people won't like us, that we always have to agree with people. You don't always have to agree with people. If they're real friends, if they really care about you, if your boyfriend really cared about you, or your girlfriend, they would accept that when you say no, They would accept that. After all, it's not like, little children that can't accept no. If you go in the store, Mommy, buy me that toy. Not today, no. And then they throw a temper tantrum, If you say no to people in your life and they throw temper tantrums, or they don't want to be friendly with you anymore, it's a conditional relationship. And a conditional relationship never works. Oh, loud noise here. A relationship based on pleasing someone, and I think I'm going to have to end this video now, but just learn to say no. You need to look out for number one. N-O, no.